Hey, it's Joey. I'm going to go ahead and start messing with the vinyl on the skid plate on the Raptor and see if we can't get that knocked out here in an hour or so. First, I want to go over a couple of tools you're going to need in order to take this little project on. First part of the project is just going to be removing the skid plate itself. The vinyl will be the second thing. So first part you're going to need, here's your tools. One, you need a 13 and a 15 millimeter socket, and a socket wrench. Two, you're going to need a smartphone in case you get frustrated and need to Google something, or you just want to look at cat pics before you take your own life. Three, homemade iced coffee in one of those giant Pizza Hut type Coca-Cola glasses, because nothing says fancy like iced coffee in a giant plastic cup. So, I'm going to set the camera up, climb onto this truck, and we'll go ahead and get started. And hopefully we can knock this out in one go. All right, be right back. Also, something you may want to do before you get too involved in this is change shirts. Don't wear anything you care about. I almost wore one of my cool dinosaur t-shirts to climb onto this truck, and that would have sucked. Also, these bolts are tightened basically to what I would say is the center of the earth. So if it seems like it's not coming out, it is. It's just really in there. And this is where an air wrench would come in handy. Gigantic. So that's one of the 15s are in the back, towards the back of the car. There's six total. Two big ones in the back are 15s. The four in the front are 13s. So all right, we ran out of space on the memory card mid-go with this, so let's get back to it. So what I was saying here is there's 6 bolts. The 2 larger ones are in the back. They were back here, and you can see the skid plates. Whoop. There's 4 in the front as well. 2 on each side. Those are the 13s. They come out a little bit easier than the bigger ones did. But I left one in on this side while I got this other side down because I didn't want this thing to just drop in on me. That should be it. That's all 4. So now the skid plate should just fall out, and it does. Okay, so skid plate's out. One thing you will notice is it does have this panel right here. I think it's where you mount the front-facing rocket launchers that are available in the Ford Performance catalog, but I'm kind of tempted to pull this. How bad is it? I mean, it's not bad. It's just a couple screws. But I may pull that and wrap that as a separate piece just for the sake of lines. So I'm going to stop video real quick, take some of this apart, and prep up for the vinyl part, and then we'll get back at it. So thanks for watching. So, small snag. The bolts on that small plate, on the skid plate, require a star head that I don't have that's big enough. So, trip to Lowe's. So we're in the, this isn't the truck obviously. We're in a 2017 Ford Edge Sport, which, by the way, these little cars are badass. I'm not even kidding. Again, I'm not a Ford guy by any stretch of the imagination, but this little thing's cool as it gets, man. I'm telling you. It's a 2017. My girlfriend got it right before. While I was waiting on my truck to get here, she ordered this thing, and it's pretty rad. I'm not joking. If I was looking for a small SUV like this, this thing would probably get the vote, because it's pretty dope. And also, let me just show you real quick part of the problem we have here. So, driveway, Raptor, that thing. Look at that. There's almost no room to do anything. Cool. So someone made a comment asking about the parking situation with this thing, and they're asking about dimensions on my driveway and my garage and things like that. So I'm going to get that knocked out and show you just how sketchy the driveway situation can be owning one of those things. Anyway, quick break. Gonna go to Lowe's real fast and score a star hex, whatever. I'm not a tool guy. A star head for my power drill, and see if I can't get that plate off, because it's not gonna look right if I try and just run the whole thing one big piece of vinyl. I'm gonna have to get into cracks, and I think there's gonna be air pockets and potential for air to get under it. So I'm gonna pull that plate, and then I'm gonna wrap it by itself, and then I'm gonna wrap the big plate and put the small plate on top of it, because if you're gonna do something, do it right, or don't do it at all, or pay someone to do it, because that's also a valid option on lots of stuff. So anyway, Lowe's, we'll be back. We'll see if we can't get that plate off and get this show going. Still on my way to Lowe's, and I forgot something about this little car, because I haven't driven it since I got my truck. The Ford Edge Sport is misleadingly quick. I mean, granted, I know I've been driving a truck that's kind of slow and slumpy right now, but I mean, I had a Grand Cherokee SRT for 4 or 5 years, and it was really quick. But this thing's actually really fast in sport mode. It's kind of scary how quick it is. It's pretty impressive. I bet you could put like just a baby tune on this thing, like hardly nothing, and make this thing a 400 horsepower monster. I don't know what the differentials are rated for and the transmission and stuff, like how much abuse it can handle, but I bet a simple tune on this thing, because it's about 315 from the factory, I bet a simple tune on this thing would put it close to 400 horsepower, and you would probably be keeping up with all sorts of things you shouldn't be able to keep up with. It's fun. I'd forgotten what driving this thing was like, actually, and it's kind of neat. I miss the speed from the Jeep a little bit every once in a while, but this actually has a little bit of it. So I mean it's a tiny little SUV with a 2.7 liter that was used to push full-size F150s. But so anyway, all right, I'm in Lowe's. I just wanted to brag about how quick these little things are for 2 seconds, because I'd forgotten all about it. So we got the small plate off the skid plate. FYI, this particular bolt, if you don't have the right star, or you just don't know what star size is, it's what's called a T40. I ran to Lowe's real quick and grabbed a set from them for about $5 that had this one that I needed in it. But that's the one that this fits. So all right, let me get back at this. I got the plate out. I'm gonna get set up and try and wrap it. So it's dark out, as you can see. So obviously something went wrong, because that's what happens. So what happened is, tried to carbon fiber some stuff. This does not look that great. Got to the big part of the skid plate. Turns out vinyl wrapping something flat is hard. Vinyl wrapping something not flat, when you've never vinyl wrapped anything, is probably on par with launching a space shuttle in your backyard. So melted a hole through the vinyl accidentally, got mad, decided I'm done with that. So we're going to do the old standby that I do know how to do, that's, you know, anyone can probably do, and we're going to Plastidip it. I've got like 3 cans of, I think it's anthracite, maybe? But anyway, it's a dark gray, so it'll actually probably match better than carbon fiber. I'm going to do that. I won't bore you guys with Plastidipping this thing, because we've all seen someone Plastidip something before. It's pretty much the same thing every time. Spray it and let it dry. The end. So I'm going to do that, and we'll finish this up. All right, it's a little hard to see, but it's dark now, and we went ahead and Plastidipped the skid plate, and that's an anthracite gray that I happen to have a few cans of still from my short stint in a Plastidip business. But it actually matches the truck's palette pretty well. So I think that was probably a good call. The vinyl was a fun idea, but to the uninitiated, that is a serious undertaking. I'm gonna leave it overnight. Can't really see it that well. We'll come out tomorrow in the daytime, spot check for some light places, and maybe have to hit a couple of things with it, spray a little bit just to get it completely even. But we got it. I don't expect it to hold up at all. Believe me, I don't. And when I get this thing vinyl wrapped, I may talk to my guy about potentially hitting the skid plate while he's at it. So we'll take care of that. So we'll check this thing out tomorrow in the daytime. Hey, it's Joey. It's Sunday morning, and it's the day after the great vinyl catastrophe and what I think was probably the Plastidip success. So it's actually rained, and you can hear the song of Memphis in the background. Beautiful. But go ahead and check the Plastidip out, see how it looks, see if there's any light spots. Probably gonna have to wait to fix it if there are, because it is raining right now, and you don't want to do anything with Plastidip in the rain. So here we go. Let's take a look at it. It is an anthracite gray, so it does match the color palette of the truck a little bit better. Actually, from here, it looks pretty good. Over here on these sides is actually it's not a separate piece. It's actually just a paint line right here. So you just kind of have to tape it and go, and that turned out pretty okay. But from what I can tell from here, it looks pretty good. Let's pull back a little bit and see. It's hard to see since it is gray, but it turned out okay. But I mean, most of all, you know, it doesn't have that super bright silver look that it did originally. So I'm pretty pleased with that. That'll work for a little while. I didn't do a video of just showing the whole process of Plastidip it, just because, I mean, it's Plastidip. You pretty much just tape off what you want to do and spray it and do, you know, 5 or 6 coats of it and go from there. If you have any questions on how that works or about taping this part off or anything like that at all, just send me a comment or something, and I'll get you an answer. And I didn't do the video, but if there's a tutorial that would help you, I'll find a link for it, and I'll get you a link to it so you can watch it, because there's almost an infinite, there's an infinite number of videos for Plastidip out there. I'm not going to try and make a Plastidip channel. I mean, it's been done over 1,000 times. So if you need help with that, let me know and I'll help you out. So anyway, we're going to get a drink real quick, and then I may come back and miss a forescan since it's nice out and it's not 100 degrees and I won't sweat myself senseless. So have a good week. Tomorrow's Monday, and give some money to sad pets if you go to Petco's PetSmart. Let's try that, and try to get the forescan video up soon. You guys have a good week. Be good.